of, product of function of x and function of t. Okay, u is a function of t. One can write like this: x of x into t of t, only for the finite length problem. Whereas if it is the rod is infinitely, if length of the rod is infinite, we cannot apply this. We cannot apply the separation of variable method. Okay, fine. Now, so what I want? I want to plug this expression in your differential equations. For this, I need the derivative of u partially with respect to t and partially with respect to x twice. See, therefore, what is the dou u by dou t? Dou u by dou t, which is equal to what? Dou u by dou t is x of x into t dash of t. And if I differentiate this partially with respect to x twice, what will I get? Dou square u divided by dou x square, which is equal to x double dash of x into t of t. Okay. Now you plug these two expressions in your differential equation. What will I get? That is x of x into t dash of t, which is equal to some alpha square into x double dash of x into t of t. Okay, fine. See, therefore, I can rearrange this equation as x double dash of x divided by x, which is equal to t dash of t divided by alpha square into t. Okay. I just divide this equation by x of x. Then what will I get? X double dash divided by x into t of t into alpha square. Further, I divide this equation by t of t in. Therefore, I will get x double dash of x divided by x, which is equal to t dash of t divided by alpha square into t. Okay, fine. Now, look at this. Left hand side is a function of x and the right hand side is function of t. See, therefore, this must be some constant k. Okay. See, therefore, we can equate this equation as x double dash, which is equal to k into x, first equation. And then the second equation is t dash of t, which is equal to alpha square k into t. Okay, alpha square k into t. Fine. Remember here, this k is arbitrary constant. We have to determine. See, k is a real constant. See, therefore, either it may be positive or it may be negative or it may be zero. Okay, these are the possible cases. Now, case one. If k greater than 0, then one can assume that k which is equal to some lambda square. Okay, here lambda is not equal to 0. If lambda is not equal to 0, then lambda square is always positive. See, therefore k is always positive. Fine. If it happens, then what will happen? Then our x of x is going to be a into e to the power lambda x plus b into e to the power minus lambda x. And what is our t of t? Our t of t, that will become e to the power alpha square lambda square into t. Okay, you can verify it. T of t, which is going to be alpha square lambda square into t, some arbitrary constant c into t. Okay, then our u of x comma t, that is going to be some c1 into e to the power lambda x plus some c2 into e to the power minus lambda x into this function e to the power alpha square lambda square into t. Okay, this is the first solution. Fine. Then second one is second case is, what is the second case? We assume that k is greater than 0. Now what is the next case? Anyone please?
Less than 0.
Yeah, and one more thing, whether this board is visible. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, it is.
Okay, now if k less than 0, then one can write k which is equal to some minus lambda square, where lambda is not equal to 0. Okay, if lambda is not equal to 0, then minus lambda square is always negative. So therefore k is negative. Fine. If it is the case, then what you will get? Your x of x is going to be sum a into e to the power, not e to the power, okay, a cos lambda x plus b sin lambda x, okay, and t of t, which is going to be some c into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t, okay, some c into e power minus alpha square lambda square t, okay, fine, where a, b, c are arbitrary constant. See, therefore your u of x comma t, that is going to be some c1 into cos lambda x plus c2 into sin lambda x, okay, into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t. So this is the second solution. This is the second solution. Okay, fine. Then case 3. What is the case 3? Case 3 is k equal to 0. Okay. If k equal to 0, then x double dash equal to 0 and t dash equal to 0, then I will get, see, therefore x of x, which is going to be some ax plus b, and t of t, which is going to be a constant c. See, therefore our u of x comma t, that is going to be some c1x plus c1x into c2. Okay, fine. Now now there are three solutions, okay, there are three solutions. The possible set of solutions of 1D heat equation is, that is u of x comma t, which is equal to some c1 e to the power lambda x plus c2 into e to the power minus lambda x into e to the power alpha square lambda square into t. Okay, so this is the first solution, and the second solution is u of x comma t, that is equal to c1 cos lambda x plus c2 sin lambda x into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t. This is the second solution. Then the third solution, u of x comma t, which is equal to c1x plus c1x into c2. Fine. Okay, fine. See, there are three possible set of solutions. Among them, we have to choose the suitable solution. Okay, these are the possible set of solutions. Okay, among them, we are going to choose a suitable solution. Now, tell me, what is the nature of the process? Nature of the heat flow is, for example, I am heating this point. See, therefore, if I keep on heating this point, then here it will be higher temperature, and then the heat flow will from higher temperature to lower temperature. That is also nature. And then if I remove the heat source, then what will happen? When time goes to infinity, then the temperature should goes to 0. Do you agree this? If you remove the heat source, then what will happen? Automatically, the temperature will reduce. Or in other words, the temperature goes to 0 as time tends to infinity. Do you agree this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, among these three, which one represents such a situation? When time goes to infinity, this should goes to 0.
Sir, the second one.
Okay. So this the second one is representing such a situation. See, what will happen in the first case? Alpha square is a positive quantity, lambda square is a positive quantity. See, therefore, if we allow t tends to infinity, then u tends to infinity. See, therefore, this is not representing such a situation. What is the situation? When time goes to infinity, the temperature goes to 0. This is not representing such a situation. See, therefore, this solution is ruled out. Hence, this is not a suitable solution. Similarly, if time goes to infinity, then the temperature should goes to 0. Okay, temperature should goes to 0. But here it is not depending upon the time. When time goes to infinity, this is not tending to 0. This is not tending to 0. So therefore, this is also ruled out. This is also ruled out. Hence, the suitable solution for the one-dimensional heat equation is the second one. See, therefore the suitable solution for 1D heat equation is u of x comma t, which is equal to I will write it c1 cos lambda x plus c2 sin lambda x into e to the power minus alpha square lambda square into t. Okay, so this is a suitable solution. Okay, up to this clear? Is it clear? Guys, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, please note it down. Okay, Sam. Now we will see some problems. Yeah. See, the first problem is a rod 30 centimeter long. The rod 30 centimeter long has its ends capital A and capital B, capital A and capital B kept at 20 degrees Celsius and 80 degree Celsius respectively until the steady state conditions prevail. Until the steady state conditions prevail. Full stop. Now, the temperature at each end is then suddenly reduced to 0 degrees Celsius. Suddenly reduced to 0 degrees Celsius and kept so. Okay. Then find the steady state. Then find the temperature distribution along the rod. Okay. So I repeat, a rod 30 centimeter long has its ends capital A and capital B kept at 20 degrees Celsius and 80 degrees Celsius respectively until the steady state conditions prevail. Until the steady state conditions prevail. Okay, fine. Now the temperature at each end is then suddenly reduced to 0 degrees Celsius, and kept so. Okay, fine. Then find the temperature distribution along the rod. Okay, of course there are two things I want to clear this. Steady state means it is independent of time. Okay, steady state means it is independent of time. Okay, for example, let me give one function. Suppose f of x comma t, which is equal to some x square plus 1. F of x comma t, which is equal to x square plus 1. When time varies, whether the function f varies, if time changes, whether f changes, students?
No, sir.
No, okay. See, therefore, there is no variation with respect to time. Okay, variation, we mean that derivative with respect to time, which is equal to 0. There is no variation, means variation with respect to time means the derivative with respect to time, which is equal to 0. That is dou f by dou t, which is equal to 0. Dou f by dou t equal to 0. Okay. If it's so, then such a situation we call this as steady state situation or steady state problem. Okay. Now this is called a steady state function. Because it is not varying with respect to time. Okay. Steady state means it is independent of. Okay. Steady state, which implies independent of time. Okay. Independent of time means the derivative with respect to time, which is equal to 0. Okay. Which means derivative with respect to time equal to 0. Okay. Derivative with respect to time equal to 0. Okay, fine. See, what is our equation? Original equation is dou u by dou t, which is equal to alpha square into dou square u divided by dou x square. Okay. Now please understand the situation. Initially, in the rod, we are having the heat source at both ends, at A, at B. At A, the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. It is giving the heat source with the temperature 20 degrees Celsius. And then at B, it is having the temperature 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, we are not disturbing the temperature at both ends. Okay, we are not disturbing the temperature at both ends. See, therefore, the temperature along the rod, initially it is independent of time. Okay, whereas if I disturb the temperature at both ends, then the temperature will vary with respect to time. Till that, the problem is independent of time. See, therefore, that's what they mentioned here. Okay, a rod 30 centimeter long has its ends capital A and capital B kept at 20 degrees Celsius and 80 degrees Celsius respectively until the steady state conditions prevail. That means until we disturb the conditions at both ends, it has steady state temperature distribution. That means it is independent of time. Independent of time means partial derivative with respect to time, which will be 0. Okay, see, this is the partial derivative of u with respect to time. Okay, see, therefore dou u by dou t, which will be 0. That is dou u by dou t, which is equal to 0. If dou u by dou t equal to 0 means what? Dou u by dou t equal to 0 means what will I get? See, left hand side is 0. See, therefore I will get dou square u divided by dou x square, which is equal to 0. Dou square u divided by dou x square equal to 0. See, it is a second order ordinary differential equation. Why I am saying this is ordinary differential equation? It is independent of time. This is independent of time. See, therefore, one can consider this as the ordinary differential equation. See, therefore, see, second derivative equal to 0 means it must be a linear polynomial. Okay, I will tell you how we got the linear polynomial. I want the solution of this second order differential equation. Dou square u by dou x square equal to 0. See, therefore, you first integrate this with respect to x. Then what you will get? Dou u by dou x equal to some r integrating constant c1. Okay, if I integrate this one time with respect to x, then I will get dou u by dou x equal to c1. Okay, I want u. Okay, I want u. See, therefore, integrate this again with respect to x. Then what you will get? U, which is equal to c1x plus c2. Okay, u equal to c1x plus c2. Okay, see, this is a linear polynomial. Okay, this is the linear polynomial. If dou u by dou t equal to 0, then the steady state temperature distribution along the rod, which will be a linear equation like this, some c1x plus c2, fine. See, thus we got the solution, the steady state solution, u which is equal to c1x plus c2. Okay, c1x plus c2, fine. But initially, see, look at the geometry. See, this is the rod of length 30 centimeter. Okay, a rod of length 30 centimeter, and already I told you that a rod which is kept it on the x-axis for convenient. See, therefore, this is x equal to 0 and this is x equal to 30. X equal to 0 and x equal to 30. Now, initially the temperature at this point, how many degrees Celsius? 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, the temperature at left end, which is 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, and then the temperature at this point, which is 80 degrees Celsius. Okay, fine. That is, at x equal to 0, it is 20 degrees Celsius. At x equal to 30, it is 80 degrees Celsius. Now, we have two arbitrary constants, C1 and C2. Plug these two conditions, and with this condition, determine the value of C1 and C2. See, therefore, if x equal to 0, then what will I get? U of 0, which is equal to 20. U of 0, which is equal to 20, which is equal to C1 to 0 plus C2. See, therefore, our C2, which is equal to what? Therefore, what is our C2 here? C2 is 20. Similarly, if x equal to 30, which implies our u of 30, which is equal to what? 80 degrees Celsius. See, therefore, this is 80. That is equal to C1 into 30 plus 20, which implies what is the value of C1? What is the value of C1? Anyone, please? What is the value of C1? Guys, what is the value of C1?
So 1 by 3.
How it is 1 by 3?
Sir, 2.
2. C1 is 2. Okay, C1 is 2. See, thus the steady state temperature distribution along the rod, that is u, which is equal to 2x plus 20. The temperature distribution along the rod, which is 2x plus 20. Fine. Now, see, this is a initial situation. Initial situation is like this. We are maintaining temperature at x equal to 0 is 20 degrees Celsius. At x equal to 30, we are maintaining 80 degrees Celsius. Then this function represent the temperature. This function represent represents the steady state temperature distribution along the rod like this. Okay, fine. Now, but what is our interest? We disturb the temperature at both ends. That means we are maintaining 0 degrees Celsius at the left end as well as right end. Okay, you consider a situation like this: a rod having some non-zero temperature, you take two ice cubes, okay, ice cubes, and you place adjoint here and adjoint here. Then what will happen? Immediately the temperature at both ends, suddenly it will be reduced to zero, okay? Even if you have some non-zero temperature at both ends, if I adjoin two ice cubes on both sides, then the temperature at both ends, it will be zero. Okay, till that it was non-zero, whereas if I adjoin two ice cubes at both ends, the temperature will reduce to zero. From that moment onwards, the temperature will depends on time. Okay, because we are maintaining 0 degrees Celsius at both ends, but initially we have some non-zero temperature at both. Along the rod. If we keep on giving 0 temperature at both ends, then automatically the temperature gets reduced. Okay, it is getting reduced. Okay, so that means it is depending on time. It is depending on time also. Fine. See, therefore, we have to reformulate such a problem as another problem. What is this? Initially this is a rod. See, this is x equal to 0 and this is x equal to 30. Here it is a temperature at 20 degrees Celsius and here it is 80 degrees Celsius. And then we are going to change the temperature at both ends. That means this is a new rod. Here at x equal to 0, we reduce the temperature to 0 degrees Celsius and we reduce the temperature at 0 degrees Celsius at both ends. At both ends, we reduce the temperature to 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, at both ends, it is 0 degree and we are maintaining 0 degrees Celsius at both ends. Okay, fine. But initially the temperature inside the rod is given by this function. Initially the temperature inside the rod is given by 2x plus 20. 2x plus 20. Now, I will formulate such a problem as a mathematical problem like this. What we are dealing with? We are dealing with a rod problem. One-dimensional heat equation. See, therefore, first you have to write down the equation. So that is dou u by dou t, which is equal to alpha square into dou square u divided by dou x square. And then, now we are maintaining the temperature at x equal to 0. At x equal to 0 is 0 degrees Celsius for any time. For any time, see, therefore, u of 0 comma t, which is equal to 0. Okay, so this is the first condition. Why? Because we are maintaining 0 degrees Celsius at x equal to 0. At x equal to 0. Okay, and then here also we are maintaining 0 degrees Celsius at x equal to 30. See, therefore, the second condition says that u of 30 comma t, that is also 0. U of 30 comma t, which is also 0. And initially the temperature along the rod, which is given by 2x plus 20. See, therefore, I'll get the third condition, u of x comma 0, which is equal to 2x plus 20. Okay. See, this is a mathematical problem for the above given statement. Okay, is it clear so far, guys? Is there any doubt? Students?
Sir, I was unable to hear how the first two conditions came. U of 0 comma t equals to 0 and u of 30 comma t equals to 0.
Very good. Okay. See, what is the length of the rod? Length of the rod is 30 centimeter. Okay. Length of the rod is 30 centimeter.
Yes.
And we are changing the temperature at x equal to 0 is 0 degree. That's what the statement given in the problem.
Okay.
Okay. See, therefore, at x equal to 0, the temperature is 0 for any time. We are maintaining the temperature at x equal to 0 is 0. We are maintaining means for any time, the temperature at x equal to 0 is 0. Okay.
Okay.
See, therefore, u of x comma t equal to 0. For any time at x equal to 0, the temperature is 0. Is it clear?
Okay. Okay, sir.
Similarly, Here also we are maintaining the temperature 0 degree at x equal to 0 for any time. So therefore u of 30 comma t is equal to 0. Okay?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, fine. See, this is the problem. Fine. Now, yes. So now tell me what is a suitable solution for this problem? Suitable solution. The suitable solution for the above problem. Above problem is what? The suitable solution for the above problem is u of x comma t. U of x comma t is what? Anyone please? What is the suitable solution?
C1 cos lambda x plus C2 sin lambda
C1
plus C2 sin
yeah.
lambda into e to the power minus alpha square lambda square t.
Very good. Okay. C1 cos lambda x plus C2 sin lambda x into e to the power minus alpha square lambda square t. Okay. See guys, there will be some confusion. Already we have used C1 and C2 for finding the steady state temperature distribution. See, therefore I change this as A, some constant, arbitrary constant A. Okay. And this is B. Okay. So that there won't be any confusion. Okay. Fine. Now I call this as equation number 1. Now apply the condition 1. What is the condition 1? So this is a condition. Apply the condition 1 in equation number 1. Apply the condition 1 in equation number 1. What will happen? See, what is the condition? Wherever x is there, you should put x equal to 0 in equation number 1. See, therefore, u of 0 comma t, which is equal to 0, because it is equal to 0, but this is equal to what? Wherever x is there, you just put x equal to 0. See, therefore, a into cos 0 plus b into sin 0 into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t. Okay, but sin 0 0 and cos 0 1. See, therefore this will be a into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t, which is equal to 0. Okay, fine. See, product of two things which is equal to 0 means at least one of them must be 0 or both are 0. Okay, remember exponential function is a non-zero function. For any t, exponential function, for any t, the exponential function will not crosses the x-axis. Okay, see, if you draw the graph of the function, for example, e power x, then the graph will be like this. So this is e power x, and e power minus x, it will be like this, e power minus x. See, therefore the function e power x will never cross x. It will never cross the x-axis. That means e power x is a non-zero function. First of all, it is a non-zero function. See, therefore this function will not be 0. E power minus alpha square lambda square into t, which is not equal to 0, which implies e power minus alpha square lambda square into t, which is not equal to 0. Hence, what is the thing? Here a must be 0. Here a must be 0. If a equal to 0, then the equation 1 becomes what? U of x comma t, which is equal to b sin lambda x into e to the power minus alpha square lambda square into t. Now I call this as equation number 2. b sin lambda x to the e power minus alpha square lambda square into t. Okay, see, this is equation number 2. Now apply the condition 2. Apply the condition 2 in equation number 2. Apply the condition 2 in equation number 2. So what is the condition number 2? So the condition number 2 is u of 30 comma t, u of 30 comma t which is equal to 0. So that is u of 30 comma t that is equal to 0, which is equal to b sine 30 lambda, okay, b sine 30 lambda into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t, okay, that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0. Fine. Okay, now see that is b into sine 30 lambda b into sine 30 lambda into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t, that is equal to 0. Okay, can I assume b equal to 0? Can I assume b equal to 0? See, already we have seen that e power minus alpha square lambda square t which is not equal to 0, which implies b into sine 30 lambda that must be 0. b into sine 30 lambda equal to 0. Please answer the question. Can I assume b equal to 0?
No, sir.
No,
Why?
sir.
Why?
So because the third condition t is not 0, but if we assume b as 0, then the whole equation will become 0 even if
Very good, very good. Okay. See, fine. If I assume b equal to 0, then 0 into sine lambda x into e power minus alpha square lambda square t equal to 0. For any x, and for any t, that will be 0. That is u of x comma t equal to 0. It is a 0 function. But we have some non-zero condition at a time t equal to 0. At a time t equal to 0, we have some non-zero condition. See, therefore, b should not be 0. b should not be 0. If b is not equal to 0, then sine 30 lambda must be 0. Sine 30 lambda equal to 0. Okay, fine. If sine 30 lambda equal to 0, then what is the value of 30 lambda?
N pi.
N pi, okay, which implies 30 lambda which is equal to some n pi. 30 lambda equal to n pi. Hence, the lambda which is equal to n pi by 30. n pi by 30. We found out the value of lambda. See, therefore, our u of x comma t further reduces to u of x comma t that is equal to b into sine n pi x divided by 30 into e to the power minus alpha square n square pi square divided by 900 into t. Okay, is it clear? b sine n pi x divided by 30 into e to the power minus alpha square, but lambda is what? Lambda is n pi by 30. See, therefore n square pi square upon 900 into t. Okay, fine. See, this is true for all n which is greater than or equal to 1. This is true for all n greater than or equal to 1. Fine. It's okay, fine. If this is the case, then by superposition, then by the superposition principle, what is it? The general solution, our u of x comma t, which is equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity some bn into sine n pi x divided by 30 into e power minus alpha square n square pi square t divided by 900. Okay, now I call this as equation number 3. This is my equation number 3. Okay, so what is my equation number 3? u of x comma t equal to b summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn Bn sin n pi x by 30 sin n pi x by 30 into e power minus alpha square n square pi square t divided by 900. Okay, fine. Now, so far we have applied two conditions. The condition number 3 is left. Now apply the condition 3 in equation number 3. Okay, apply the condition 3. Apply the condition 3 in equation number 3. Apply the condition 3 in equation number 3. Okay, that is u of x comma 0, which is 2x plus 20, u of x comma 0, which is 2x plus 20, which is equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn into sin n pi x divided by 30 into e power 0. Okay, we replace t equal to 0 here. See, therefore this becomes e power 0. See, that is equal to what? Summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn into sin n pi x divided by 30. Sin n pi x divided by 30. Fine. See, left hand side is one algebraic function, right hand side is a sine series expansion. Sine series expansion. See, therefore, what is your bn? Anybody? What is the formula for bn here? Anyone, please?
2 by L integration
2 by
L
what is L
30
here?
2 by 30
2 by 30. Very good. 2 by 30.
integration 0 to 30
Integration 0 to 30.
sin n pi x by 30
Sin
dot fx
n pi x by 30 into
30 into fx
what is
which
fx?
is
2x
F,
plus 20 into
what is
2x.
2x
fx here? Yeah, very good. This is 2x plus 20 into dx. Okay. So this is called sine series expansion of this function. Sine series expansion of this function. Okay, fine. See, therefore, this becomes 4 divided by 30 into integral 0 to 30 x plus 10 into sin n pi x divided by 30 into dx. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Then by Bernoulli's formula, find out the value of bn. See, by Bernoulli's formula, what you will get? So this is 4 divided by 30. 4 divided by 30. See, this is u and this is v. See, therefore, x plus 10 into integration of sine n pi x by 30 is what? What is integration of sine n pi x by 30? What is integration? What is integration of sine n pi x by 30?
Sir, minus cos n pi x by 30 divided by n pi by 30.
Very good. Okay. Minus cos n pi x by 30 divided by n pi by 30. Fine. Then minus differentiation of this function is 1. And integration of this is going to be minus sine n pi x divided by 30 divided by n pi by 30 the whole square from 0 to 30. Okay. So, okay, fine. Now apply the limits. For before that, you just rearrange this. This is 4 divided by 30, and then this becomes a minus of x plus 10 into cos n pi x by 30 into 30 upon n pi, and then minus into minus, this become plus sine n pi x divided by 30 into 900 divided by n square pi square from 0 to 30. Okay. Now apply the limits. This is 4 divided by 30. See, when I apply the upper limit, what will I get? See, this is going to be minus 40, right? Minus 40 divided by n pi into 30. Okay. And if I replace x equal to 30, what will I get? Then 30 cancel, then I will get cos n pi, but cos n pi is minus 1 whole power n. Okay, minus 1 raised to the n plus, what will I get? If I apply the upper limit, 30 gets cancelled, remaining I will get sin n pi, but sin n pi is 0. Okay, see, therefore this is 0. This is for the upper limit. Minus, when I apply the lower limit, this will become minus 10, right? This will become minus 10 into 30 divided by n pi into cos 0, but cos 0 is 1. See, therefore this is 1. If I replace x equal to 0, sin 0, 0. See, this is 0. Okay. Yes. See, therefore, what will I get? 4 divided by 30.
900 by n square pi square.
Here. Here.
Correct, sir.
Here it will be n pi only, because the second term is only we have n square pi square. Okay. But in both cases, if we apply the upper limit, this will be 0 because sin n pi is 0. If I apply the lower limit, this will be 0. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, see, this is 4 divided by 30. And then here, what will I get here? Of course, so there is a 30 which we can cancel it. Minus 40 into 30 into minus 1 whole power n divided by n pi. And there is a minus outside, there is a minus inside. See, therefore this becomes plus. And 10 into 30 divided by n pi. Okay. Is there any other term? No terms. Fine. Now we can cancel 30. Okay. Here we have 30. We can cancel it. What will I get here? 4 divided by n pi. 4 divided by n pi into minus 40 into minus 1 whole power n plus 10. Plus 10. Okay. Or further, you can write it as what? This is equal to 40 divided by n pi into 1 minus of 4 times of minus 1 whole power n. Okay. 40 divided by n pi into 1 minus of 4 into minus 1 whole power n. See, this is the bn. See, this is our bn. Fine. See, therefore, if we got the value of bn, hence what is our solution? Our u of x comma t. What is our solution? U of x comma t is, so what is the solution? Summation n equal to 1 to infinity, bn is this is 40 divided by n pi, into 1 plus 4 times of minus 1 whole power n plus 1, okay, into sin n pi x divided by 30 into e to the power minus alpha square n square pi square t divided by 900. See, this is the required series solution of the above physical problem. Okay, is there any doubt? Any doubt?
Sir, how is it n power n plus 1?
See this minus 1. Okay, minus 1.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Got it, sir.
Okay. Okay, shall I go further? Then second problem. Yes. A rod of length L, a rod of length L has its ends capital A and capital B kept at 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, kept at 0 degrees Celsius and 100 degrees Celsius until the steady state conditions prevail. Until the steady state conditions prevail. Full stop. If the temperature at B suddenly reduced to 0 degrees Celsius. Suddenly reduced to 0 degrees Celsius and maintained so. Maintained so. Okay, and maintained so. Then find the resulting temperature distribution. Find the resulting temperature distribution along the rod. Okay, see this is the problem. You find out the steady state temperature along the rod at least. See, now tell me what is the length of the rod, guys? What is the length of the rod? So what is the length of the rod?
Sir, L.
Yeah, length of the rod is L. Okay, fine. What is the temperature at x equal to 0? What is the temperature at x equal to 0?
0.
0, fine. And what is the temperature at x equal to L?
100.
100 degrees
100.
Celsius.
Okay. Okay, we have two conditions at x equal to 0 and x equal to L. See, therefore, the temperature, steady state temperature distribution along the rod is what?
So U is equal to 100 by L into X.
U is equal to 100 x by L. Very good. Okay, see initially the temperature distribution along the rod, steady state temperature distribution along the rod, which is given by 100x divided by L. Okay. Should I derive this?
No, sir.
No need. Okay, fine. So anyway, for the other students, solution, the steady state temperature distribution along the rod is given by U, which is equal to C1x plus C2. Okay, U which is equal to C1x plus C2. Fine. See, what is the length of the rod? Length of the rod is L, and we are maintaining 0 degrees Celsius at x equal to 0 and 100 degrees Celsius at x equal to L. Okay, 100 degrees Celsius at x equal to L. See, therefore, at x equal to 0, what is this? U of 0, which is equal to 0, because this is a 0 degree Celsius, 0 which is equal to C1 into 0 plus C2, which implies the value of C2 which is equal to 0. The value of C2 equal to 0. And at x equal to L, what is the temperature? U of L, which is equal to 100, okay, because this is equal to 100, but this is equal to what? This is equal to C1 into L. This is equal to C1 into L, which implies our C1, which is equal to 100 divided by L. C1 equal to 100 divided by L. Hence, the steady state temperature distribution, which is U of x, that is 100x divided by L. Okay, fine. So, okay, see, now look at the new geometry. See, this is the rod. This is the rod of length L. Okay. See, this is x equal to 0 and this is x equal to L. Already we are keeping the temperature at x equal to 0 is 0 degree. Okay, and we are not disturbing at x equal to 0. Whereas here initially we have a 100 degrees Celsius. This is 100 degrees Celsius here. But we are reducing the temperature at x equal to L is to 0. See, therefore, this is a 0 degree Celsius. Okay. And initially the temperature inside the rod, is 100x, okay, 100x divided by L. Okay, this is 100x divided by L. Okay, see from the geometry, write down all the conditions. Write down all the conditions. See what is the first equation? I mean the mathematical modeling. Mathematical modeling is dou u by dou t, which is equal to alpha square into dou square u divided by dou x square. Okay. Now tell me what is the first condition? What is the first condition? What is the first condition? Anyone please?
U of x comma 0 is 0.
U of
X comma 0 is 0.
x comma 0. Yeah, this is 0. 0 comma t equal to 0. Okay. And the second condition. What is the second condition?
So u of 100 comma t equals to 0.
U of
U of
L
100.
comma t is equal to 0.
U of
L comma T.
L comma t.
L comma t
L
which is
comma
equal
T.
to 0. Okay. U of L comma t equal to 0. Fine. Then what is the third condition? What is the third condition?
Sir, equals to 100.
No,
U
I'm
of
not able
x
to get you.
comma 0 is equal to 100x by L.
U of x comma 0 which is equal to 100 x divided by L. Okay. U of x comma 0 which is equal to 100 x divided by L, that is 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to yeah, of course you can omit the inclusion L. Okay. 100x divided by L. Yes. Yeah, what is a suitable solution? What is a suitable solution? The suitable solution is what? U of x comma t which is equal to a cos lambda x plus b sin lambda x. Okay, a cos lambda x into a cos lambda x plus b sin lambda x into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t. Now I call this as equation number 1. Equation number 1. Now apply the condition 1 in equation number 1. Apply the condition 1 in equation number 1. So what will happen when we apply the condition 1 in equation number 1? So that is u of 0 comma t which is equal to 0, which is equal to a into e power minus alpha square lambda square t, which implies e power minus alpha square lambda square t not equal to 0 and a equal to 0. Okay, fine. See, therefore, if a equal to 0, then equation 1 reduces to u of x comma t which is equal to b sin lambda x into e power minus alpha square lambda square into t. Now I call this as equation number 2. Equation number 2. Okay, fine. So this is equation number 2. Now apply the condition 2. Apply the condition 2 in equation number 2. So what is the condition number 2? U of L comma t equal to 0. U of L comma t equal to 0. That is U of L comma t that is equal to 0, which is equal to, what will I get here? B sin, we replaced x by L here, see therefore lambda L into e power minus alpha square lambda square t equal to 0. Okay. Already we know that e power minus alpha square lambda square t which is not equal to 0. See therefore b sin lambda L which is equal to 0. if b sin lambda L equal to 0, okay, there are two possibilities, either b equal to 0 or sin lambda L equal to 0. If we assume that b equal to 0, then your function, which is going to be a 0 function, but we have some non-zero condition at t equal to 0, so therefore we should not assume that b equal to 0. Okay, so therefore here b which is not equal to 0 and sin lambda L equal to 0. Sin lambda L equal to 0. And sin lambda L equal to 0 means sin lambda L equal to 0, which implies lambda L which is equal to n pi. Lambda L equal to n pi. See, therefore, what is our lambda? Lambda equal to n pi by L. Lambda equal to n pi by L. Fine. If lambda equal to n pi by L, then further one can reduce the equation to as u of x comma t, which is equal to b sin n pi x divided by L, into e to the power minus alpha square n square pi square t divided by L square. N square pi square t divided by L square. Okay, fine. See, this is true for all n which is greater than or equal to 1. This is true for all n greater than or equal to 1. Okay, and then see, by superposition principle, the most general solution is the most general solution is what? U of x comma t, which is equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity bn into sin n pi x divided by L into e power minus alpha square n square pi square t divided by L square. Now I call this as equation number 3. This is equation number 3. Okay, fine. Now apply the condition 3. Apply the condition 3 in equation number 3. Apply the condition 3 in equation number 3. Then what you will get? That is u of x comma 0, which is equal to summation n equal to 1 to infinity and bn into sin n pi x divided by L into e raised to 0. But e raised to 0 is 1. Okay, e raised to 0 is 1. That is equal to what? U of x comma 0. But what is u of x comma 0? That is the initial condition, right? What is the initial condition here? What is the initial condition?
Sir, 100 by L into x.
Yeah, that is 100x upon L, okay? 100x upon L. See, look at this. See, this is some algebraic function and this is a sine series expansion. See, therefore, what is our Bn? See, therefore, by half range sine series expansion, what is our Bn? What is the formula for Bn?
So 2 by L, limit
Yeah.
0 to 1, 100x by L, sin n pi x by L into dx.
Bn equal to 2 by L, integral?
0 to L,
Yeah, 0 to L, very good. 0 to L,
100x by L
100x upon L, yes.
into sin n pi x by L
Sin n pi x upon L into dx, okay?
into dx.
Very good, okay? See, this is the value of Bn, okay? Fine. See, therefore, what is our Bn? Our Bn, which is equal to 200 divided by L square, okay? 200 divided by L square into integral 0 to L x sin n pi x divided by L into dx. Okay, please integrate this and tell me what is the value of Bn. Bn.
So 200
So it's 200
into
upon n
minus
pi
1 is
minus 1 to power n plus 1.
200 upon L square,
N pi.
200 by n pi.
N pi.
200
200 by n pi, yes.
into
Minus
minus 1
1
to
Minus 1 raised to n,
plus 1.
yeah,
N plus 1.
plus 1.
and plus 1. Is it
No.
right?
No, sir. Minus 1
Ah.
raised to
There
n
is
plus 1.
power n plus 1.
Sir, power
Minus
is n
1
plus
raised.
1.
Power is n plus 1.
Okay, now is it
Sir,
correct?
there's no
200.
plus 1.
No plus 1 in the. Yes.
No plus 1.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, this is right.
Yes.
Yeah, when we substitute the lower limit, it will be 0 because 0 into cos. Okay. So Bn is 200 upon n pi into minus 1 whole power n plus 1. Fine. See, if this is the case, what is your u of x comma t? What is your u of x comma t? Summation n equal to 1 to infinity 200 upon n pi into minus 1 whole power n plus 1 sin n pi x divided by L into e raised to minus alpha square n square pi square t divided by L square. Okay, so this is the required series solution for the above problem. Okay, now the third problem is similar to this. Try it. A rod 20 centimeter long has its ends capital A and capital B, capital A and capital B are capital A and capital B are 30 degrees Celsius, and 90 degrees Celsius are kept, okay, are kept at 30 degrees Celsius and 90 degrees Celsius until the steady state conditions prevail. Until the steady state conditions prevail. Fine. At both ends, the temperature suddenly reduced to 0 degrees Celsius and maintained so. Okay, and maintained so. Then find the temperature distribution along the rod. Okay. Yeah, please do it. I'm waiting for your answer. So what is U of x, steady state temperature distribution?
3x plus 30.
Steady state solution, U of x equal to how much?
3x plus 30.
3x plus 30, yeah. 3x plus 30. If I substitute x equal to 0, then it is 30. If I substitute x equal to 20, yeah, very good. Then, see what are the conditions? What is the equations here? Dou u by dou t equal to alpha square into dou square u divided by dou x square. And what is the first condition? What is the first condition?
So u of 0 comma t is 0.
Yeah, first condition is u of 0 comma t, which is equal to 0. And the second condition?
U of 20 comma t is 0.
Yeah, very good. U of 20 comma t, which is equal to 0. And the third condition? What is the third condition?
So u of x comma
0.
0 is 3x plus 30.
Okay. Yeah. Please proceed and tell me what is the value of Bn. See what is Bn. Okay. At last you will be ending with Bn. Okay. Now tell me Bn.